Hey Student Success, this is your video for your week 6 assignments. So as a reminder, we are getting closer and closer to the end of the semester, so please make sure you attend and submit your Student Services Workshop certificate so you can get those points done before week 8. All right, another announcement before I completely go to week 6. As I mentioned a few times, mostly to individuals, and I think in a couple of my videos, I am reopening earlier weeks of the semester, so this is your first opportunity. So week 6 runs from April 25th through May 1st, and so the Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this week, you can see it's already set for April 29th, 30th, and May 1st. Week 1 will open up. So if you missed anything from week 1, and you can see it was a little chunk of assignments there, a couple discussion forums and a couple of assignments. If you were late to register or just late to get familiar with Blackboard, you can use Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the end of week 6 to try to get some points back. So just look for that announcement. I will make sure you're aware of that. And again, just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this coming weekend for week 6, you can make up those points. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Week 6 inside there is going to be your lecture video over chapter 6. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into your assignments. So you can see you have 4 assignments this week. So again, with an 8-week course, you're always going to have, several assignments every week. Week 5, I felt was like a little breath of relief there with only 2 assignments. So you do have a discussion forum back this week. So I know in week 5 you did not. So you do have a discussion forum. So you need to post your original response in the discussion forum by Wednesday. You want to do that by Wednesday, 11:55 for your week 6 attendance. Responded to classmates by Sunday. And I'll talk about that form in just a minute. And then your other 3 assignments are due on Sunday. All right, let's go ahead and get into the assignment folder. So first thing we're talking about is your discussion forum. So this is where if you still have your assignments up, or excuse me, your materials up, we'll pull up just the textbook link. I'm going to go there and I'm going to have this ready because we're going to use this to talk about your discussion forum. All right, so in your week 6 discussion, the prompt right here states 2 questions. What forms of academic dishonesty are most prevalent on your campus? And what can you do to avoid them in your own career? So in your textbook, exercise 6.5 is where you're going to see some of these examples. If you scroll all the way down, here are examples of academic dishonesty. Cheating. It's kind of, I think, what a lot of you might think of when you think of academic dishonesty. So using like a cheat sheet or things that you're not allowed to use on a test, or submitting someone else's work with your name on it, or looking off of someone else's paper. Those are all examples of cheating, right? Plagiarism, sometimes that's unattended, but plagiarism is, obviously if you like direct copy and paste, that's very clear-cut plagiarism. Or sometimes you might commit it without even knowing because you didn't cite properly, or maybe you do know and you just don't give credit. So that's plagiarism. Fabrication, you might not see this as often unless you are in like a class that's like kind of gathering and collecting and analyzing data. But if you like falsify that information, obtaining an unfair advantage. So let's say you are taking a class on Monday, Wednesday with the same instructor that your friend is taking on Tuesday, Thursday. So you take the test on Monday and you tell your friend, hey, here's what was on the test. Make sure you really study these things. You technically just committed academic dishonesty because you gave your friend an unfair advantage that no one else in that class has. So you want to make sure, and again, that's something that maybe all of us have done before, like, hey, make sure you study this. So, but you're giving someone an unfair advantage when that happens. So that's a type of academic dishonesty, as well as like aiding and abetting. If you give someone like a cheat sheet, or, giving that information or helping them with that test or that paper, and you're not supposed to be doing so, or you do it more than you should be. This is a pretty serious one, falsifying like official documents and records, and then unauthorized access to records as well. Another thing I wanted to bring up with plagiarism, you can self-plagiarize. For instance, let's say you take a class in the fall And then in the spring, you take another class, different class, but they have a very similar paper, very similar topic choices. And you're like, hey, this paper I wrote in the fall, I could really just use it again this spring. You change the name, or excuse me, change the date, change the name of the course, and turn it in. You just plagiarized off yourself. So that's not something that you can do unless you have a conversation with your current instructor and say, hey, I wrote this paper in the fall. Here's what it was about. What can I use, or can I borrow from that? And having that conversation is what you need to do. And they may well just say, I'm sorry, you can't use that at all. But it's important to have that conversation. So these are the different sections, excuse me, 6.5 to help you answer this question. So question 1, what forms of academic dishonesty are most prevalent? What do you see? Even if you are an all online student, maybe what did you see at high school? Or what can you imagine goes on, even as an online student, what might be happening? And then what can you personally do to avoid them in your own career? So you're answering both of those questions for your original response by Wednesday for week 6 attendance. Then respond to 2 classmates in the forum by Sunday to get the rest of your points for the actual forum. So there's your discussion forum. Now you have a chapter 6 assignment, and this goes along with test taking as well. So you're going to click here. There's 3 parts. Part 1, read the article. Right here, I'm going to click on it. It's going to open up. You can see it's about a 3-page article, but really this first page is mostly a visual. And then you get into this page here and a little bit on this 3rd page. Not a ton of writing, maybe 2 pages worth of reading. You're going to read that article first. And then you are going to choose one of these verbs. So if you remember, in the chapter 6 lecture, we talked about like when an instructor uses a particular essay question with a verb. Like, what are they asking? Well, it's your job to be in the instructor position. So are you, I'm so sorry, excuse me. You're going to choose one of the verbs and you are going to put yourself in like a test maker position based off of this essay. So you're going to read this essay first. Based on the essay, you are going to create just one essay question. So maybe you're going to use the verb defend. You're going to use the verb analyze. You're going to use the verb summarize. Whatever it is, write one essay question. If you use more than one verb, that's okay, like compare, contrast, or explain and justify. Or you can use a verb that's not even here if you wanted to. But the point is you're going to create an essay question. Then you're going to answer your own question in 3 to 5 sentences. So you're doing 3 things. Read the article, create a question using one of these verbs, that would be a short answer response, and then answer that question in 3 to 5 sentences. That is due by Sunday. And you can just really, you can click in here, hit write submission, and type it right here, or you can upload a Word document, whatever works best for you. All right, your next assignment, these 2 go together to test your memory because this is a chapter on, test taking and working with information. So you're going to take this little survey, test your memory. It's going to test your memory. And then I cannot see that. You're going to use this to turn in. You're going to answer these 2 questions. How many words are you able to remember? So it's obviously going to be like a screen with words on it. And then you're going to have to go back and how many words did you remember? So how many words do you remember? Which words did you forget? And what technique did you use? Did you repeat things? Did you associate? Did you use mnemonics? Like what technique did you use? So you're just going to take this survey and then answer those 3 questions. And again, you can click right in here and under write submission, type your answers to those 3 questions. All right, and then the last thing you're going to do is this how well do you study survey. Again, I cannot see the survey. You take it. This is an automatically graded assignment, so Blackboard will grade this for me. So I'll go in and I'll be able to see it when it's done. You just want to make sure that little blue like in progress circle goes away. Okay, so to recap, chapter 6 discussion, you want to make sure you answer these 2 questions using, this is a reference, 6.5 in your textbook. Answer both of those by Wednesday for attendance points and then respond to 2 class nights by Sunday. Chapter 6 assignment, read your article right here, create an essay question, answer your essay question. Then you're going to take this survey and answer those 3 questions. That's what you're submitting. And then finally, take the how well do you study assessment survey. Okay, so 4 assignments total, all due Wednesday for attendance for the discussion post, and then the rest all due Sunday. Also keep in mind, as I mentioned, week 1 is reopening this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you want to take advantage of those points. All right, hope everyone has a great week. Bye.